guys, welcome back to another video. This is what we are going to be working on today. So for today's video, we are going to be turning one of these plain crafter square art canvases into a glam piece of artwork for your wall. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's got so many sparkles. I hope that you guys are seeing it in the light because I've got iridescent sparkles on there too. I know you guys can hear the dogs in the background. They're having fun. If that bothers you, I'm really sorry. Maybe this video isn't for you, but I have puppies. So puppies like to play. So anyway, today I'm going to show you everything that I used for this. I have made sure that everything that I used today is Dollar Tree. You could definitely use name brand products, of course, like you can, instead of using the Dollar Tree paints, you can use name brand paints if you want. You can use spray paints, things like that. So as I go through the Dollar Tree products, I'll tell you a higher quality product that you can use. But I'm going to show you all Dollar Tree products today, and then we'll, I'll discuss what that's a little ridiculous. I'll go through and discuss what higher quality products you could use if you wanted maybe a bigger piece, or if you wanted, a more, something more permanent, if you didn't feel like Dollar Tree was going to maybe be bright enough or something like that. Okay, so to start out, I'm just going to kind of show you what I did here, and then we'll do it together on camera. So what I did was, unfortunately, this board right here is an 11 by 14, and I could not find any more 11 by 14s. So I have 3 of these 10 by 8 or 8 by 10s, and I thought even if you can't buy an 11 by 14, this could make a nice wall piece if you added like all 3 of these in a line, even if you hung them, this way. If you, included them on one wall, it would make a nice wall piece. Instead of just having, one 8 by 10 piece right here. Of course, it's not very big, and it would get lost on a large wall. So even if you couldn't find a larger canvas at the Dollar Tree, you can always just do several of them. And so I apologize for the bad dogs. What I was trying to say was that you could take the 3 canvases and just line them up against a wall, and that way they wouldn't get lost in the wall and only be an 8 by 10. You'd have 3 of them lined up, and that would make a more dramatic piece instead of just one 8 by 10. That's all I was trying to say while Tango was having his little barking fit. So what I did was I went ahead and I used tape to cut it in half, and then I painted one half one color, one half the other. I used pink and white here, and then I let them dry, and then I go in with my brush and I do some, just some up and down strokes with my Mod Podge, and then we'll use some different glitters, and then we'll seal it. And that's really all there is to it, and it's a beautiful piece of artwork. Like I said, I hope that the camera is picking up all the glitz and glam of it. There they go. You guys done squeaking your little squeaky toy over there? You done being psycho? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape off the back. And the reason I'm telling you that is because I didn't tape off the back of this one, and it looks really unfinished, and I don't like it. It bothers me. See, and I got stuff on the back right here too. Bothers the heck out of me. So I'm going to tell you, if you want it done like professionally and you don't want any kind of anything on the back, tape it off. So I'm going to use my tape here. I'm going to tape it off. So now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna measure up. Oh, I forgot to tell you what I'm using. Okay. All right, so what you're gonna need is, I chose to do white and purple. These are the two colors I'm gonna do. So half is gonna be white, half is gonna be purple. And then for my sparkles, I am using these little things. So I like to choose a real thin glitter and then a chunkier glitter. So this is what I found for my chunkier glitter. And what I normally use, let me go get it. So what I normally use for my chunky glitter is this. It's like a body glitter. I bought it offline. I forget who I bought it through. It was through Amazon, but I forgot, you know, the shop that I bought it through. It was really reasonable in price. It was like $3, but I wanted to stay 100% Dollar Tree. So this is what I found. So these are over in the nail section, and this is nail polish. Look, it's Sassy and Chic. And it's a 3-in-1 nail art pen. So this is nail polish, and then it's got like an art drawing thing, which is really cool. But then if you open this part up, I'm not gonna do it yet because it's already fallen out. Anyway, if you see, this is kind of like a chunky glitter. See how big those pieces are? And this is a real fine glitter, see? So that's what you want. You want like a fine glitter and a chunky glitter. Then you want a glitter that matches the paint color that you're using. So this is, again, Dollar Tree. The reason it's in this little pot is because that's how I store my glitters. But I promise you, it's the little bags of glitter that you get like 6 colors in a little row from the art section of the Dollar Tree. They're Crafter Square, I think, or Greenbrier. I'm not sure which. But the only reason, like I said, it's in this little pot is because that's how I store my glitters. Is I have a little section. You know what, I'm gonna show you how I store my glitters. So here we go with ADD again. This is where I store a lot of my craft stuff. As you can see, this is my craft room. It is a disaster. Look at that desk. Oh, I cringe. Okay, so this room is an absolute disaster right now, but it's got everything I need. It's got all my notes from all my subscribers up there. I keep everything that you guys send me, all my notes. I keep all of the little things that you guys make me and send me, and yes. Anyway, this is a jewelry armoire that our neighbor gave us, and they said it was their grandma's. And I couldn't bear to paint it or disfigure it in any way because it's so gorgeous. So this is how I have it set up in my jewelry room, in my craft room. I've got stuff set up so you can see me in the mirror. Hello. I got stuff set up on top there. You can see some of my glitter. Here's some of my glitter from the Dollar Tree over here. These are my bigger bottles of glitter, and they just started carrying these bigger bottles. In mine, at least. They never carried these before. And here's an extra one of that really fine glitter. But anyway, here's how I store, not that. This is my, my edging scissors. This, of course, is just a fake drawer because it's the top right there. And then voila. It's supposed to be like a ring compartment or something. But I bought these little mini containers on Amazon, and that's how I store my glitter. So they're just all in these little pods. That's my dog. So that's why you see it in a little container, but I swear it comes from the Dollar Tree. What else is in here? This is beads and jewels, and not beads, but you know, flat back pearls and jewels. What's in here? Ah, beads. Look at that. And then nothing's in the bottom. I should store paper in the bottom because it opens like this. You like that little foot action there? Yeah, that's disgusting. But yeah, I should store 12 by 12s in there totally. So anyway, let's get back to the project at hand. Oh, and I store my, so you can see all my scrappy cabin, or my scrap cabin. I always say her name wrong. My scrap cabin. You can see all her seam binding up there because I love it. Okay, sorry. Back to what we were talking about. All right. So the next thing that you're going to need is some Mod Podge. So this is the mat that I'm using here, and you can use the mat to come in and make the design for the glitter, but when you go to put the Mod Podge back on the glitter to seal it, I would not use matte because you want that sparkle. I use my sparkle Mod Podge, but again, this is from Walmart and I wanted to stay true to Dollar Tree products. But I highly recommend this sparkle Mod Podge for especially this project, just because it keeps everything very sparkly. But we'll use our matte stuff today, and then I'll just seal it with the sparkle stuff to keep it nice and sparkly. So that's all I'm using today. If you wanted to go extra, you could definitely add these things at the end of it. Now these are like the little, I don't even know what they're called, acrylic dots maybe, that you find at the Dollar Tree. And again, the reason they're cut up is because that's how I store them. They come on a big sheet just like this. Okay, they're sold just like this, but I cut them up to store them. So you can use these in the color that you want to use. You could embellish with the pearls that they sell at the Dollar Tree. You could use any of these pearls that they sell in the color that you're using. None of these match mine, but, and then of course you could just go with diamonds. You could add those for extra bling when you're done with the project. All right, let's get to the project. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to measure my board in half. You can do it either way. If you wanted your board, see this is a little warped. I would personally spray this down and put it underneath a piece of, or put it under several books. I would take a water bottle and spray it and then put it under several books before I even started this project, but I didn't see that they were warped, so I didn't do that last night. So because of this, because I want to record this project, I'm not going to do that, but if I was going to hang this on my wall, I would go ahead and do that. I would spray it lightly with a water bottle. I would spray the back too, because it's warped. I would spray it lightly on the front and the back. Actually, you know what? You might just want to spray the back. I don't know. Maybe you could spray the front lightly. I don't know. Somebody let me know. What do you think about that? Do you think you should spray the front? I would spray the back lightly with like a mister and then put it under a whole bunch of books until it dries to get it to flatten out. Anyway, I'm going to do it like this. So we're going to measure it in half. So it's an 8 by 10. So this should be the 8 side. 6, yeah, 7, 8. Okay, so this should be the 8 side. So we're going to measure 4 down. And we're going to mark lightly with our pen. Just a light marking. 4 down. Mark lightly with our pen. And then we're going to come in. Did that really go down 4 and measure? Yeah, I did. Okay. And then we're going to come in with a piece of tape. And we're going to, I like to tape just under that mark because I want to cover it up. Want to make sure and get that mark covered up. I always use the lightest color that I'm going to do first, which is going to be my white. Excuse you. No, you're not barking at me. And I'll just go in, lay some color, and get to working it. Work it into the canvas. No. And you're wondering if you need to put white on a canvas? You do, because this is not white. You can tell the difference between white and canvas. Canvas is like a, it's like a grayish color. Anyway, canvas is not white. If you want a true white color, you need to lay down white. Don't leave it blank. Plus it just looks unfinished if you leave it blank. And then I like to make sure that my strokes all go in one direction so it looks like it's finished properly. Okay, and we're gonna let that dry. Okay guys, I'm back, and with the power of a hairdryer, it's dry, see? So you can even tell, just looking at it right here, the difference between the white and the canvas. If you wanted to go back in with another coat of white, you could. I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to. So what I did was I went ahead and taped off the edges here for the purple. This is going to tear when I tear it off because it's masking tape. Actually, if I go really slow, it might not. If you do this project, please use painter's tape, not masking tape, because I'm going to tear this paper with my masking tape. Use painter's tape, but you want to get the edges so it looks nice and neat and crisp on the back. See? So now we are going to get this side done, and this side we're doing purple. So we want to tape off where our white is, and you can see where it is even though it's white. Let me bring it closer to me because I'm blind. Even though it's white, you can see where it is, and if you can't see, look for your little marks that you made with your thing. And you really want to press at the seal right here so no paint gets under there. Okay, you don't have to press all the way up here to the tape. Matter of fact, I don't, because I don't want it to adhere to my paint that I already painted. I just give it a good press right here. And the husband's home, so let's see what kind of ruckus he can cause. All right, so now we're just gonna go in with our opposite color, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna give it a good coat. I've never used this acrylicology paint before, so let's see. Oh, that's got really good coverage. I really like it, and I'm going back in with my white paintbrush. You can get a new paintbrush if you so choose. But yeah, this is really pigmented paint. I am impressed. Holy macaroni, am I impressed. It's nice and thick too. Look at this paint. Wow. I'm gonna have to go back and see what else they have. Acryliology is the name of the brand or something. This is impressive. Very impressive. I'm not talking to myself. I have the video camera going. Oh. I'm not talking to myself. I have the video camera going. Make sure I get up to the edges so nothing is left undone. But this is going to be a thin coat because this is just our first coat. So we're going to take all this extra off right here. Why is everybody calling me? Texting me actually, not calling. So I'm getting all this extra off. I'm just going to put it right over here. Maybe I'll use it for the second coat if it's still good when I get back for the second coat. Yeah, I used too much. That's fine. Yeah, I used way too much. So thin first coat, guys. Thin first coat. And then when you go in for your second coat, you can fill in all those blanks. Thin first coat. I got a little crazy with the purple. All right, we're gonna let it dry. All right, well, I just tried to get the dogs in and they're not having it, so I might have to run away real quick. All right, so first coat is dried with the hairdryer, and as you can see, super streaky. So I might be not impressed with this acrylic paint, but let's see how the second one goes. Maybe it's just the first one. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm gonna be impressed with it. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe this second one's gonna do the trick. And also, now's the time to get your edges, because I noticed as I was drying that, my edges are not gotten up top here. Remember, that's why we taped them off, so we could get them real nice. Okay, and I'm just going in and using all the extra paint that I took off with the first swipe. And now I'm gonna need more. Okay. Don't be stingy on your paint. You want a nice solid color. Definitely no being stingy with the paint. Get a nice thick coat. You can be patient and let it dry. Just get a nice thick second coat on there. Not the first coat. The second coat can be a little bit thicker than the first coat, to make sure that we don't show any canvas. We want a nice solid color with purple. You don't want it splotchy at all. And you could use a sponge for this. That would probably make it less spotchy. What is coming through back there? Do you guys see that little... It almost looks like there was something on the canvas. Huh. Oh well, covered it up, I think. I guess don't mess with the paint too much or it'll come up. Is that what I'm getting here? Wonder if my dogs are ever gonna come in today. It's like, I don't even know what the temperature is. Let me see what the temperature is out there. It's beautiful outside. The sun's shining. That's why they're out there. It's only 30 degrees and they think it's like springtime out there. They're out there running around with sticks in their mouths and they just think it's the greatest thing in the world because the sun's shining and the wind's blowing and they're just happy. They're very happy puppies. Thank God. Because they make me happy. Okay, I'm going to let this dry because I don't want to touch it too much because it looks like every time I touch it, more paint comes up. Like I said, I've never used this acrylology before. So let's let the second coat dry and then we'll get a better idea of coverage. Okay, I'm back with a dried second coat and I'm still not happy. I'm sure you can catch all those streak marks. I mean, it might look cool, but I'm not digging it. I want it to be a flat, color. Plus there's like some kind of, I don't know if you guys can pick up this like swoop. So the swoop was the image that was left from when I originally poured the paint down on the canvas. For some reason, it showed through. In there, I don't know if you guys are seeing it. It's like a light. See it? It goes like whoop. Like under the paint, you can see it. Anyway, I'm doing another layer. So let's see what the third layer brings. Oh, whoa. What the heck? We are not wasting that much. No, we're not. It might be Dollar Tree, but it's money. We don't play like that. We don't play like that. I didn't realize I'm doing purple and I've got purple nails on. Look at that. My husband picked out my nail color this week. The funny part is I forgot that he's colorblind. I asked him what color is this and he said purple, so at least he knew it was a shade of purple. So I'm actually proud of him for that, because usually I'll be like, what color is this? And he'll be like, oh, that's red or blue. He gets purple and blue confused a lot. He gets red and pink confused a lot. So I was just proud that he knew it was purple. Do you guys remember the cartoon with the monkey that used to drive on top of the van? And he used to say, grape ape, grape ape. Do you guys remember that? This painting reminds me of him. Grape ape, grape ape. Clearly I'm tired. All right, so let's hope that this third coat is gonna be the final, but I can see as it dries, little pieces of like paint crack through. I don't understand this. Does it like separate or something? Somebody tell me the structure of paint. I don't understand that. It's like separating on the canvas. Is it the canvas? Is it the quality of the canvas, or is it the quality of the paint? All right, well, I'm gonna cover my edges. I did use, see, you guys are gonna ask now, I did use Cracker Barrel. I used Apple Barrel paint on this one that I did yesterday. And so that's why I got such a beautiful solid pink color, because I used the Apple Barrel paints, and we all know that those are just fabulous and amazing. You sound like a baby cow, sir. You're a dog. Yeah. All right, let me make sure that I got my edges here. Wow, I'm getting crazy with the purple paint, right? See, I said I didn't want to get it on here. I did. Oh, well. Such is life. Okay, let's hope that this third and final coat is the last one. See you in a bit. Okay, guys, so this is what we're working with here. This is the dried 3 coats. As you can see, it's still wet on the back because I didn't dry the back. Okay, so in the light, you can still see the strokes. Yeah, it sounds like I had a stroke. The strokes. And that's not funny, because people having strokes isn't funny. I personally had a stroke. I have damage to my face. But anyway, point is, you can still see the stroke marks in the light, but it doesn't matter, because unless you're catching it right on the light, it's flat. It's a flat paint. So I think it turned out nice. Very pretty. You're just catching a highlight of the overhead light. Let me turn that off and see if we can get that to go away, because that literally is just, you can't see that unless the top light's on. Let me turn that off. All right, maybe that's a little better. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to go in with our Mod Podge, and we're going to create the lines that you see going across. Jeez, my hands aren't working. The lines that you see going up and down, and I'll show you how I made those, okay? So I think the easiest thing to do is to get yourself, I'm just gonna use this wax paper here. Get yourself a little puddle to work with. Okay. And then I think just dipping your brush. Let's see. Am I getting you all in frame here? Good. Yeah, here. Make sure I get in frame. Just make sure that you've got your brush fully coated with the Mod Podge. We're not going to be stingy with our Mod Podge here at all. Okay, we want to make sure we have plenty on it. And you're just going to kind of run up and down. No, this area, and make little up and down strokes, and then put bigger strokes in there. But you kind of need to work a little bit quick for this because you don't want your Mod Podge to go drying on you, okay? So I'm going big, little, but we need to get it down in a timely manner. Okay. Because we can't have it drying. And it's already starting to get a little tacky, so let's put more on here. This is all how you want to do it. This is how I'm choosing to do it to get the look that I wanted, but you can do anything you want. You can do little strokes, you can do bigger strokes. I'm choosing to put a couple bigger strokes because I didn't do that last time and I wished I had, so I'm going to do that here. So I'm putting some bigger strokes here because I didn't do it last time. And I feel like it needed it. I feel like it needed some bigger areas here of, I don't like that. I'm going to take it off real quick. Okay, there was just a little string there that I didn't like. So make sure that this is what you, whatever you put down here in glue is going to catch your glitter. So whatever you do with your glue, that's what your glitter is going to look like. Don't overdo it because you'll run into a lot of just jumbled mess if you overdo it, if you touch it too much. So I feel like I'm touching it too much, so I'm going to stop. Okay, my theory is go in with the fine glitter first. You guys, we are using such a little amount of this that I like to put it in my hand first, okay? And then sprinkle it way up here with my fingers. That is how I control how much I'm using, because if you dump it from the tin, too much is going to come out, okay? So I want to use plenty of this stuff because this is the fine one, and I want that to be almost everywhere, okay? It has a flat bottom, so that's good. You can set it down. And you can do as little or as much of this as your heart desires. I tend to go for little amounts of everything because I like to build. I like to build what I'm doing. Again, you don't have to be super fast, but you're on a time limit because of the Mod Podge. With this fine glitter, I would say make sure that you're getting the littlest amount on the tips, like the peaks of these areas here, because you're going to want those seen. Okay, and then I would go in with, the bigger glitter. So let's close this up because it's so fine. We don't want it to go everywhere. It's amazing though, I love it. All right, let's go in with the bigger glitter. Okay, bigger chunks of glitter. We're gonna do the same thing. We're going from high up though, you guys. We don't want this to clump. We don't want it to end up clumped up anywhere, so we're going from real high up. See how high up we're doing it? We're not coming in low down because we don't want it to end up as a big clump anywhere. Okay, and if you want more in a certain area, focus it more. There's a big old like icicle right here. Come on, Tango, you're fine. There ain't nothing wrong with you. Okay, next I'm going to come in with my color that's going to match my paint that I chose, which is going to be purple. Oh, purple glitter. Oh boy. Oh boy, where's my purple glitter? There it is. It was hiding. So here's my purple glitter I chose to match my purple paint. And we're doing the same thing with that. If you want to shake it from the pot, you're more than welcome to, but I personally don't trust myself because I don't have a steady hand, so I just don't trust myself. I'm gonna end up dumping this whole thing on there if I did that. See? I didn't even mean to dump that much. So high up, guys. And then if you want it more concentrated, bring it down. And you just add as much of each color as you want to. And then I am going to use fake snow from the Dollar Tree. Now this is a seasonal item, so you can't go out, run out and get this fake snow. But if you wanted to, there are several things online that you could use. The reason that I started using the fake snow is because I saw somebody on Pinterest, or was it Pinterest? I don't know, it might have been on YouTube. Anyway, they used something called shattered glass, I think. Maybe it was just called glass, I don't know. But it looked so beautiful. And I, of course, don't have glass, but, you know, I use what I have. So I did have fake snow. And so I used the fake snow, and it gives it like this little shattered glass look because of the way that the fake snow has like an iridescent look to it. Oh, and that's another thing I used. I'm going to get, oh, I don't have any more of that. I used iridescent white on that, and I don't have any more iridescent white, so. All right, I think that's as good as I want for the purple. And then I'm going to go in with the big chunks of fake snow. You could do more of the big chunks of this. I feel like maybe it needs a little bit more of this. This is very messy, by the way, guys, if you haven't figured it out. This is a messy project. Excuse you. No, sir. No, sir. No. Ooh. Okay. And I really didn't need that much, so unfortunately I did just waste a little bit of it. But literally, you guys, look at how much I used of that. Very little, like very, very little off the top. And I still have a ton left. So this glitter goes a long way. All right, let me get the, look at my hands. Look at my hands. Those of you that don't like using glitter, don't do this project. All right, let me get my fake snow. All right, here's my fake snow, you guys. Dollar Tree, fake snow. If you can't get it, if you don't have it, you can't get it now, of course, because it's Easter time. So here's what I'm going to do with the fake snow. It's very thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scatter it like this. Okay? I'm just scattering it a little bit like this. No, Tango. Okay, not much, just a little bit. And here's how we're going to get it to stick. Okay? Because all that other glitter is right there. And I want to make sure everything gets stuck down into that Mod Podge. So we are going to take a piece of wax paper from the Dollar Tree. We are going to put the non-stick side down. Okay? Tango enough. I'm sorry, they're mad that they're not allowed to go outside right now. And then we are ever so gently going to pat. I mean ever so gently, you guys, pat. And all we're doing is just pushing all of that fake snow and glitter into those lines of Mod Podge. And you're gonna end up with some of it, and I'm just patting ever so gently in the direction that I did the lines. Don't do it this way because you're gonna mess up your lines. I'm literally just patting all the glitter down there. And then I'm just gonna take it up. I'm not moving it around, none of that. Okay, so I see a little bit of Mod Podge. We'll go ahead and cover that up maybe with some fake snow. Get some fake snow. Sprinkle that on there. Okay. Perfect. Great. This is pretty just like this. Wait until we beat off all the extra glitter and see how beautiful this painting's coming out. Yep. All right, so while it's still wet, I'd like to give it a little shake off. Okay, as you can see, it is still filthy and it does not have the definitive lines. What we need to do is we need to wait for this to dry, because then we are going to go in with a paintbrush, just a plain paintbrush, and we're going to go and remove all this extra fine glitter. And you're going to see all of the streaks appear after we remove the extra fine glitter with a paintbrush after it dries. So let this dry. You cannot use the hairdryer now. Don't try that. You have to let it naturally dry. And then I'll show you how to clean it up and make it look good. All right. Okay, so as you can see, I'm starting to take a regular paintbrush, and I'm just very gently, I've already done it right here. See how you can already see where my lines are? I'm just very gently taking any leftover glitter and moving it out of those spots. Okay, see? And our lines are starting to come through. Look at how pretty those are. They're gorgeous. I love it. Look at how pretty that is. So there's several ways you could clean this up. You could take a little bit of a damp cloth and you could clean it up that way. I've got a lot of paint on my hands. I suggest at this point that you make sure your hands are very clean, because I think I transferred paint down here. You can't see it, but I'm pretty sure I transferred paint a little bit down here. So make sure your hands.
Her hand in Mod Podge.
Yeah, I already dipped my hand in Mod Podge once, but that's all right. So just make sure your hands are clean so you don't transfer paint onto the white areas. But you're going to go through and you're going to really clean this off to make it look really nice and clean, especially this white area. The purple area you're going to do the same thing with. Now with this purple area up here, I don't know, it looks like my glitter is sticking to my paint up here. I don't know why, but we're just going to go in real lightly. I'm not using a lot of pressure, and I'm just kind of taking off the excess here. And you're just going to keep tapping off all the excess. And see, it really stuck right in here, and I'm not sure why. So that's up to you, like how much you want to take off and how much you want to leave on. If you feel like you missed certain areas, you can go back in, but I do caution that you can go overboard with this. Like I said, it can just get too much. I want to get some of this stuff off, so I'm going to go in with a very, very lightly dampened paper towel to try to get some of that off.
Well, also you can have
So I'm just cleaning it up however I want to clean it up. You guys clean it up however you want to clean it up. I've got these little cotton pads. You have to be really careful with them because they do, yeah, they do leave cotton if you get them stuck on things. But for this, it seems like it's working really well. But that, see, and I just got a little bit of paint right there. So we're gonna wipe it away with a little bit of white paint. And then I'm gonna go wash my hands so this doesn't happen again. All fixed that. Okay, so this is how it turned out. I am happy with it. I think it turned out beautiful. Hannah just threw a squirrel across the room. Good job.
That wasn't a squirrel.
What was it? Oh.
No.
I think it turned out cute. It's very sparkly. I love all the sparkles to it. I think it looks very glam. And like I said, you can do it in any color. So whatever color your room is that you're trying to accent, you just...
Sorry.
You're gonna have to go. Dude, thank God I got this video done before you woke up. Jeez. So you can make it match any decor depending on your color. You just paint the colors that you want. You can do, you don't even have to do the color in white. You can do whatever colors you want. You can add in black, pink, blue, whatever you want, and then just add the sparkles. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that I can inspire you to create something beautiful to go in your home, even if it is with all Dollar Tree items. All right, guys, I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, I know I said I was gone, but I'm not. So I just wanted to pop in my bedroom real quick. So this is a variation of what I just made, but it's on a huge canvas that my daughter got at Michael's on sale one time. It was a buy one, get one free. And I didn't have enough glitter to do what I just did on that one at the time that I did this one. So I just did like a variation where I just did little smears of glitter. And I also used sequins and bigger chunks of glitter. So that's also an idea. You don't have to do it the same way that I did it. You can do variations of color, of paint, but that's how I chose to do the one in my bedroom because I didn't have a lot of paint. And I've also done this one. I've done a ton of them. I love doing these. That's just another variation where you start at the top with a color and then you just kind of bring it down and make it rain down different colors. So there's different variations of it that you could do, and you could most definitely buy a bigger canvas. If you wanted to do a larger piece like this, or even like this, I would say get your coupons out and go over to your Hobby Lobby or Michael's and just buy a larger canvas with a coupon, like, you know, 40% off or something. If you buy a large canvas like this and do a 40% off coupon, that's a pretty good deal. So that's all I wanted to show you. All right, guys, I'm really gone this time. Bye-bye.